Alrighty, so we got another video today, another good old-fashioned revival. 81 Dodge W250 custom. I don't know if it's the rat poop that's custom or what, but it's sure custom, all right. Custom paint, I suppose. So, popped the hood. I actually came out here last weekend just to do a quick overview of what I'm going to need. Pretty obvious, cool part. Just a 318, nothing fancy, nothing special, but it's got a Edelbrock carb, I'm sorry, and a Performer manifold on there. But we're going to need some spark plug wires. If you can see, they've been chewed off by our lovely friends. It does try and fire, even though it was only running on, what, 4 cylinders, if that. So, going to have to work with that, but we're going to put new spark plug wires on it. Belts there, tires fair. Tank's probably in not great shape. So, what we'll probably end up doing is taking it and trying to suck all the fuel through the, well, hopefully just a gas can that we'll shove in the corner here. Otherwise, need to top off the radiator because I don't think there was anything in there. And then we're going to proceed to try and drive something that I don't believe has driven in quite a few years, 25 miles back to my house. Is that going to work? Probably not, but we're sure going to give it a shot. So, let's start. Okay, so we're coming back to you about, I don't know, 2 hours later, hour and a half later, because I don't want to bore you with all the boring stuff. Put new plug wires on there. We did find there's a massive coolant leak in one of these heater hoses, so we're going to try and barb that back together. But she doesn't run half bad. She's got gas that's older than Christ. Tried to put a little bit of new stuff in her. We'll see if that helps. It might not. Who knows? Anywho, I'm not that worried about it. But we're gonna put we got some new gas in there. One nice thing about these Dodges, they had a poly tank, so you don't really have to worry about rust. You just have to worry about old gas. But the fuel pump's working. It's getting fuel up there. She was running and idling. We're just gonna probably do that. Put a new hat on her, blow off some of the crap everywhere, and see what happens. Try and see if we can drive her home, fill her up with some water once we plug this off and hit the road jack. And probably not make it as far as I'd hoped. But you know what? That's all the fun of it. Yeah, so looky there. Not too much longer and she's idling away all right. A little smoky, but you know what? Them rings probably could stand to be seated, and it doesn't really smell like oil, so who knows. Okay, so she's running. And we're off. Brakes existent. We're on our way. Existent. Brakes partially there. So far we're off to a pretty good start. It smells like rat turds in hot July, which is about what we are, although it's June. 4-speed manual seems to work like a charm. Just got a dirt road cruiser all the way home. Well, we made it the first, I don't know if you want to call it lake, but we're to the end of the driveway, which is better than most of these things actually go. I kicked the idle up because I wasn't as happy as low as the idle was, but the old power ram, she's be running. No major leaks. The front end is about as untight and as loose as your ex-wife. So She's real goofy. She don't steer amazing, but you know, dodge stuff, just dodge things. But she got the True Dual exhaust. She quit smoking. She's running good. She's driving good. So we got about, I don't know, 25 miles to the house. We'll probably fill her up with gas somewhere on the other side and see what happens. Okay, so just a little stop here at our next turn, kind of stopping everywhere we can. She's running good. She's not overheating. The 4-speed shift's pretty dang good. You know, I mean, she's clunky like any other farm truck you'd ever find, but you know what? That's good enough for me. She's running good. She's driving good. We'll put you back on the time lapse and we'll go about the next 15 miles and be done. Okay, so sun's setting on a beautiful Sunday. She made it all the way home. Drove roughly 25 miles from where she was parked since 09, by the looks of it, and did pretty good. Starts and still drives all right. Definitely needs a carb adjusted, cleaned out. Probably one of the biggest things is that carb is just gunked up. There's no accelerator circuit. I'm guessing the accelerator pump is probably shot, because this thing may do 25, 35-ish. But if you try and floor it, it just falls on its face and tries and dies. It needs tie rods desperately. The tie rod over here on this side is just absolutely shot. And get you a real nice, good old Dodge Death Wobble at about 30 miles an hour and scare the piss out of you. But otherwise, she runs, drives. Can't beat that. Especially considering it had been parked for so long, and really all it took was a new set of spark plug wires. Oh, and there's a giant hole in the gas tank I discovered because I went to go fill it up at the gas station and probably put, I don't know, 5 to 15 gallons of gas on the floor. So, go team. But, you know, hey, that's the fun of it all. So, we'll have to patch the big hole in the side of the gas tank, or I don't know if I can even find a new gas tank. But, patch the giant hole, figure it out. Probably order some tie rod parts. Got to get this winch bumper off. This actually goes to somebody. That was part of the deal. I didn't get to keep this, but we'll get it off for him and put a new bumper on there. And yeah, you really can't beat it for what it is. Gotta love these old farm trucks. Oh, and we'll probably take the interior and bleach it and totally, like, truthfully clean it. Because it still smells like all good farm trucks of rat piss and shit, and that sucks. So, there we have it. Another one saved from the field.